one of the scarier days for me. I am going to finally pick up my mail in Chester, which means I'm currently driving from Chico up there, and I am going to see for the first time what the Dixie Fire looks like, at least on this drive taking it there. I've gotten some warning from my previous boss about what it's going to look like and to kind of be prepared for it. I'm not going to get to go into the park this time around, but I am going to see what the west side of the Dixie Fire has turned out and what the response was in terms of them cutting trees, just trying to contain the line and everything. I know that Chester has been protected, so the town is still there, and that won't be entirely shocking, but everything else around it burned, and so I'm really nervous. I'm honestly scared. I'm scared to see what it's gonna look like and just to see how everything has changed in the last 2 months. Today is actually the 2-month marker of this fire burning. It's almost at 1 million acres now, somewhere between 70 and 80% contained. So it still has some time before it's going to be contained and then completely suppressed. It's been a weird fucking summer, I can tell you that. It's been big growth for me, but it has been so tumultuous. A lot of growing pains, a lot of heartbreak for an area that I care about so much, and you know, just saw myself living there and saw myself as a part of those communities and a part of that environment and that land. And change is always going to happen. I know that. I just know it can be a different way. I know it can be in a way that's good for the land and can save the wildlife and can save people's homes and can be done right, you know. And this fire is so big that it has 2 designated zones, and the part that I'm going to be driving through is the western zone that is west of Lake Almanor, west of Chester, and south of Lassen Volcanic National Park. That's where I was working. So those are the areas that I am the most familiar with. I will know what it looked like before, and seeing it afterwards, I definitely want to take some moments and take it all in and really process it, because I feel like I've just been playing this waiting game all summer, and you know, you need to see it for the closure and be able to kind of grieve that loss. I hope that in some ways in the future I can help steward the land and go back up there and help out in any way I can. I'm sad that I have to take a step away from it, and actually, you know, I haven't been able to be up there the last 2 months, and I'm not going to be able to go up there until they get the fire fully suppressed, because it's not safe. But I hope to go back soon, within the next year for sure. Okay, so I'm hitting Junction right now from 32 onto Highway 36. So far, I haven't seen any burned stuff, but there's a bunch of fire retardant that they put down. All the base of the trees are red. The right side of the road looks like it's been cut back really far. It's not completely clear cut. There's still some trees, but they've removed a lot of stuff. Holy crap. It's a lot of trees. And here we go. It's definitely not, you know, it's not completely incinerated, but it's a lot of dead trees and a lot of clear-cut stuff everywhere. Oh. Yeah. It's just like completely clear cut on both sides, and everything's dead on both sides. It really just hurts your heart. The trees are all dead. I can like see the hillside now, and it's just like completely black. Coming into Chester now, it's mind-blowing. This area is so open, and this is where the fire jumped originally overnight that got into the park. It burned 150,000 acres in one day, but overnight it burned like 40 or something, and that's the huge thing that drew into the park. I hope that they do some thinning work around here, because that's like, in my opinion, the most important thing is the preventative, so that this doesn't continue to happen. Trying to see how far I could potentially drive up the road here and what all the signs say. I don't think, well, I definitely won't be able to make it into the park because the park's closed right now, but I'm curious to see what the drive to where our house was looks like. Here. It's crazy how you're in Chester and it looks like nothing even happened, and this is like literally right around the corner. They barely saved the town. I'm so happy that they did, but this is like, these water tanks right here, or whatever tanks these are always the sign when we were coming out of work into town. It's like, you're like 1 minute from town. And the drive is like 35 minutes to town, so this whole burnt area is just right at the back door of like everyone's houses. What's crazy is that it almost doesn't even look that bad right now because all of the needles are still on the trees, but they're all dead. They're all just dead. I almost can't even tell where I am on the road anymore because it looks so different. There's a lot of spots I do recognize, but it's really jarring how I was so used to the trees being dense canopy wise and like not being able to see through it, and now that you can like see through and see the hill on the other side, it's almost like I can't tell where I'm at. This is where the sign would have been to say, "Welcome to Lassen Volcanic National Park." And you can see Mount Harkness from here. It's really sad. It's really sad seeing it now, but it's gonna be even more sad in 10 years when you just start to see all the trees fall and it just kind of decay away, like you see after, you know, I've worked in a lot of burn areas like 10 years after the fact, and it's just like stovepipes and dead stuff, but then there's new growth too, and that's really important to remember. And with all of the burning will come new growth. It's so wiggly. Oh my god.